What's going on, guys? It's Brandon with SwoleDaddyDetroit.com, and today we are 6 weeks out doing yet another update. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so it is Saturday, and we are exactly 6 weeks out from my first men's physique bodybuilding competition, and I'm happy to report the last week has gone really well. Even before today, when I did my weigh-in, which we'll get to in a minute, I could really see visibly all the results happening with the body and just looking a lot leaner. Definitely at this point this week, I'm as lean, or I should say I'm leaner than I've ever been for sure. We're starting to get some of that, V-cut, down low there, starting to see some of the bottom of the abs. There's still kind of the fat above that, but it's getting there. It's pretty awesome, pretty stoked. Actually, what's kind of been funny that I've been talking about that this year right now, leanest I've ever been, and I'm staying around like say 198, 200 pounds for the last couple weeks. And the leanest I was before that over the last summer, I was getting down to like 187, 190. And at that point, that was the leanest I'd ever been in my whole life. So now we're, almost 10 pounds up, and we're just as lean, if not a little bit leaner. So that's great. I've been able to make some good gains in the gym over the last year, so that's been awesome. And now we're just keep on rocking and rolling. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let me kind of show you the results from the InBody Scan today. All right, guys, so today's InBody Scan, we got back on track to getting a reduction in our body fat, which was great, which honestly this week I didn't even need to, I almost thought about not even doing the scan just because I could visibly tell the difference. I knew that I was the leanest I've ever been in my life, and so this didn't really matter. Like, even if this would have came up higher today, I would have been like, no way, it's BS, right? But luckily it did come back down. So last week, look, we went from 9. Last week we were 9.8, and then boom, this week we went back down. So definitely trending in the right direction. That's good. What also is really good is we also did not really lose any lean muscle mass according to this. So we were at 104, and last week we were at 104.7. So pretty much the same. Now the week before this, we were, I think it was telling me I was around 106, and then we went down, increased body fat, and then now we're staying the same. So I think that from this point, I'm just hoping we can keep maintaining this number or close to it as we continue to lose the body fat. That may not be possible. We may start to go down. If we can just try to maintain this as much as possible, this is really what I'm going to be kind of fine tuning over the next few weeks, is with calories and cardio, kind of seeing, that we're not dropping too quickly, where, this is moving down a lot and maybe the body fat isn't moving. We really want, the opposite problem, right? We want the body fat to go down, and we want to try to maintain the muscle mass as much as we can. But otherwise, week over week, I was holding about the same amount of water. So it's really just a reduction in the body fat, right? 16.9 versus 19.8. So if you look at that, that's a big drop, 3 pounds. But I think in reality, if you guys have watched the other video from last week, the night before I got weighed, I had a huge, like almost 4-pound anabolic pizza. And so I'm sure like at least a pound and a half of that difference is just from that pizza that wasn't digested. It was still in my belly. Realistically, maybe we're more like a pound and a half down, which is still fantastic, especially with calories still being around 2,000. And we're not doing anything crazy for cardio, just the 45 minutes, 7 days a week. All right, and checking back in with calories. So for this past week, from 7 weeks out till today, our average calories have been about 2,000. I think just over 2,083. I'll post it up. So really good week this week. Everything was on track. We didn't have anything, going on for work where I had to go out to eat or anything, with my wife. So it was really easy to stay on track and, keep protein around 200. Carbs would vary, because sometimes I might do a little bit higher on the protein, lower on carbs, but basically fat's been really low, 30, 40 grams, and then usually like 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, give or take. So I don't really, at least not right now, I'm not really paying attention to a lot of that. I'm not doing carb cycling, just because I find that the weight's still coming right off, energy's still good, and so I'm just, really just worried about make sure I'm at least at 200 grams of protein, if not more, and I just try to keep that fat, as low as possible. I think we've been staying around 20 to 40 grams. If it went up a little bit higher, it's not a big deal, but because like I said, the weight is still falling off pretty quickly. The original plan has been to drop calories from 6 weeks out down to 1,800, but I'm still not even sure we need to do that. All week, my weight has been kind of staying consistent, around like 199, 200, I'll post it up. But what was really weird was this morning, I actually lost like almost 3 or 4 pounds. I have no idea why, because everything was, yesterday was just kind of a normal, consistent day. I was hydrated just like normal. And then somehow I woke up this morning and instead of being like 199 point something, I was 195 point something. And I was like, holy cow, it's like 3.8 pound difference. So I have no idea why. So it'll be interesting just to see what happens tomorrow. If it's kind of back, up a couple pounds, 197, 198. Because I don't know why it dropped, but I guess that's the way things go, right? So the other kind of interesting thing tomorrow is I actually have an indoor triathlon that I'm going to be doing. Basically just doing it for cardio, not really trying to compete hard, but Sunday I am doing 7 days of cardio right now, so I figured, hey, it'll be way more fun to go and try to do this triathlon than to go into the gym on the stair step or on the treadmill for an hour or whatever. So basically it's a 20-minute swim followed transitioning into a 20-minute stationary bike and then a 20-minute indoor run. So the bike and run should be no problem. I'm just a little bit nervous about this 20-minute swim. That's going to be interesting. I was on the swim team back in 9th grade, 20-something years ago, but I haven't swam like that since high school. So it's going to be interesting to see how this 20-minute swim goes. I'll report on it next week at the next video, but things are still okay at 2,000 calories for me. It's still pretty easy to do, pretty easy to maintain. But there was a couple days this week at the gym where I was feeling a little bit tired. I think a little bit bored too. Just, it's been 12 weeks now of being in a calorie deficit, of dieting, of training hard. So I think what I've got to do from this point on is kind of switch things up. Start to add in maybe a few different lifts, and I'll start to also transition the training style to some more drop sets, some more supersets. So kind of less weight, higher rep type thing, just to help with the conditioning, but also just to switch things up. I still feel good. Actually, today was leg day. I did hit like a couple PRs on a couple of the exercises, which I was surprised. But I think those days are going to be going away pretty quickly here, and we're probably going to start to see energy levels drop off and of course strength gains start to drop off. So hopefully that doesn't happen. That's kind of why I'm a little bit hesitant to go ahead and keep dropping the calories right now. Maybe we'll try to keep it at 2,000 for another week and let's see the results. And then we'll kind of go down as we need to. But things are going great. I'll post up here some of the videos and stuff and just some of the pictures. But what's really interesting right now is just being able to really visibly see the changes. It's and people I've always when I watch other guys' videos for their prep updates, they tell you the same thing. From this point on, week over week, you're going to really see the changes once you get a lot leaner, and it's so true. It's so cool to be able to just look in the mirror and you start to see the abs are more in, and all the extra striations are coming in. So it's really, really cool. It's really exciting. That is what's really helping motivate me to stay on track, eating and also training hard at the gym, especially doing all the extra cardio. So I'm looking forward to these next 6 weeks. I'm looking forward to the competition. I'm also looking forward to the whole thing being over with and kind of getting back to a normal life. And next year, if we do this, I'm definitely going to make sure I'm in a lot better shape kind of to begin with. And so that way I could start prep, say 12 weeks out instead of, 18 weeks out like we had to do this year. That way it won't be so long and monotonous, but I've learned a ton, and so far it's still been really fun, and it's just cool to see where I can take this and where I can get my body. I'm not getting any younger, so I think it's really cool to try to do this while I can and while I have the time and my family's support and all that good stuff. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. So listen, if you're training hard like me and you're getting a little older, maybe you're a dad, you got some gray in your beard like I do, and you need some wrist wraps and lifting straps and some other fitness gears, definitely check out amazon.com/swoledaddy. We sell some of the best fitness gear and equipment that's out there, and we're always adding more. We've actually got some more products that will be coming in the next month. I've got some Swole Daddy hats and stuff that'll be coming. and maybe some knee wraps and some more stuff. So check all that out. Hit the like, subscribe button. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you got any tips or tricks, and we'll catch you guys next week. Take care.